All right, today we're going to talk about how we can make the world a better place. It's called integrity. So, myself and some of the kindest, good hearted people that I know, we're still contributing to some of the worst things that this world is going through. And that's the good people. So imagine the people who have less integrity, they can be more compromised. So this whole thing with what's happening with P. Diddy, it requires people to, like, it's almost like in spiritual warfare, any sign of weakness. Oh, Puff Daddy, you got a party going on? I want to go there so I can meet more people and become more famous and have more power and whatever, whatever weakness, that will be exploited, because the way it works is they test your, so it's two things. Either you on your own have some kind of weakness to drugs or sex or whatever thing, and then whatever, and then that could be used against you. They'll have footage of you doing something that you're not supposed to do, and then they have footage, and then they got you. They own you. How do we know they own you? Because we've never seen compromised footage of any celebrity that I'm aware of. So they're all being kept in check and being controlled and being told what to do to serve dark forces. So that's one way. The other way, they cross that line, these dark forces, in a way by you saying, I'm going to these parties. And if you listen to insiders who have been to these parties, they say they sign a waiver saying they're not going to disclose what happens inside. So the fact that you're signing a waiver means that you're kind of giving your consent. And in a way, they can abuse that, because some people wake up, and there's been people who've been to these, or know people who've been to these kind of dark sex parties, which the whole spectrum, Hollywood, music industry, it's not just P. Diddy. It's like that's what Eyes Wide Shut was about, right? It's all these societies, all these dark societies, regardless of religion, race. It's Babylonian, it's ancient, and it's been under behind the scenes, still doing. It's still worshiping their gods, still practicing their religion, and that's one of their that practice is that one of their like ways of going to temple and praying to their gods. It's by giving offerings and sacrifices and sexual energies and debauchery and all that. So the other way is they wake up the next day and they're like, did I engage in some kind of homosexual act? Like, so they get drugged, and then they get, and it's even more. So if you're supposed to be this like tough rapper, and that's your whole persona, and then someone's like, again, it's like that. It's like it's not an accurate thing, but like if you, because you can be a tough person and still be attracted to men, but the persona will, they're afraid of that coming out and that shattering their image, right? They fear, especially if they came from the streets, they'll lose credibility, and then there goes their whole image, there goes their whole career. So then that's it. You got them in check, and there's just some footage out there of so-called like gangster rappers, like literally being just act like just so compromised. You could tell that like there's video footage of Meek Mills, for example, supposed to be this gangster rapper, and he's hopping like a bunny at some like rich older dude's place, basically like you're my slave, do whatever humiliation thing I want you to do, because I got you, I do whatever I want with you. so that, I empathize with those people who, went through that. It's a whole cycle. Like, what happened to P. Diddy that caused him to be this way? What happened to Lil Wayne that causes him to want to do it to other? Like, it's a whole cycle, right? What happened to all these celebrities when they were younger that's causing them to, and not all of them perpetuate it. Some of them just end up numbing out, and just being on drugs and wanting to numb out the pain. Not everyone's perpetuating it. But if you are in the industry and you've sold out, you got to pay the price. Like, if you consciously said, I sell my soul for this industry, then there needs to be a price to be paid. And that could be could be so many different things. Like, could be human sacrifice, could be there's a big agenda about taking, kids and like definitely sex trafficking them, and then also something about like changing their genders, so the whole world sees them as a male but they're really a female, or the whole world sees them as a female but they're really a male. And it's I don't know what they're getting out of that, but they love Hollywood is all deception, right? In fact, the highest level celebrity women, I'm willing, based on my research, I'm willing to bet all the money that I have are actually not women. And this is the most, I told my friends, I'm like, I feel like I've been researching for 15 years, and this is the one thing that when I share it, I'll probably lose everyone. Like, they'll think I'm crazy, but I can't help it. Like, and I've told a few people who thought I was crazy, and now they're like, Tarek, what did you do to me? I can't look at any movie now and see that the actress as a woman anymore. Like, it's not because I enforced my will on them. In fact, when I share it very like vulnerably. I don't share it as like, I share it confidently, but I also share it knowing that it's gonna sound hard for the mind to receive. But everything's backwards, everything's upside down. Like, I have this motto that I say, kill your heroes, because they're probably compromised, and everything's an act, and it's just a play. Life is a play, and you're either in on the play and that there's a playbook, or you're the witness of the play. And you can witness the play and go, cool, that's like a nice movie scene, or you can witness the play and react to it like it's real, right? Like wrestling, like boxing, like all those things are compromised. I was just watching a movie about Sonny Liston yesterday, this boxer from the 60s. What a story, man. Like, if you want an underdog story about a black boxer coming up, it's on Tubi. It's like a free movie app. Yeah, check it out. Highly recommend it. It's so sad because it shows how boxing compromised. Like, let him go down, let him win, let him not win. And then even the guy who started MMA said the mafia approached him and they said, we want to cut, and he was like, no, and he moved somewhere else, but who knows? So integrity. Shit, it's been 8 minutes. Integrity. So I just, on my birthday, my parents sent me like a gift card for something from China, Temu or whatever it's called. It's like a Chinese Amazon. And basically I feel that's like child labor or like slave labor. That's how I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it is. And when you think about it, almost everything's made in China. So what I'm trying to point out is everyone is on some level compromising their integrity, right? So because I don't want to, like, if I saw kids sorry guys, if I saw kids in a slave labor camp working, I wouldn't buy the stuff if I saw it. But it's almost different when you don't see it. That's the same thing with the animal industry, more so in the States, but also in other parts of the world. Europe is way better. But when it's like if you see them treated that way, then you wouldn't eat it, right? You wouldn't eat, like, at least you wouldn't eat it from those farms, right? But when you see it in the supermarket, it's disconnected. It feels like it's not connected. So integrity. So if you're in your full integrity and you know how animals are, so full integrity would be I'm not going to eat the animals, or I'm only going to eat. A lot of my friends are like, I'll only eat animals from the farms that I actually know, and that's more. It's more prevalent outside of the cities. So I'm not going to support a movie, an album, music when that person's compromised, right? So everyone who's doing the one eye symbol, compromised. Basically, they're saying we're part of the one-eyed gang. One-eyed gang, call it what you want. Dark forces, occult, elite, Illuminati, who knows what the exact terminology is, but those are the words people use. But then when you look at the movie Lord of the Rings, Eye of Sauron, right? That's like the darkest consciousness, dark force that just like sucks your soul. Okay, so compromise, right? So right now with what's going on in Palestine and Israel, it's been very obvious to me. The most basic step to support that is boycotting the products and services that directly go and fund the Israeli army, which directly terrorizes Palestinians. And so, but still, we're compromised. Like I bought a bag of Lay's chips or Pringles or whatever it's called. I bought that. So it's good-hearted people that compromise their integrity, that are, because that's the majority of us. Majority of us, I believe, are good-hearted people, but that the line of we're not like 100% in integrity. So in a world where we are in 100% integrity, the majority of the people will boycott products that are funding, genocide. The majority of people will boycott, evil things like the movie industry, the Grammys, like, basically Grammys would be playing right now and it's like 0 people watching. Basically we're voting with our time and energy. We're not on apps that are evil. We're voting with our dollars. We're not supporting industries, like the eye products. Those things are big brother technology, if not everything. I bought a phone that is created by a guy who's in the freedom sovereignty movement, right? So it's de-Googled. None of your things would be Google. It would be, you wouldn't, everyone stops watching YouTube. Like, everything that leads to bad, like, hey, if some of your money's going, American taxpayer money's going to Israel, right? What's more important, following the rules or not creating negative karma, right? Do you follow God's law or do you follow man's law? So these are good-hearted people. These are good-hearted people who are funding these indirectly funding genocides. Like money in your bank, where's that money going? Like people who put money in stocks, and when we're funding crypto, that's good-hearted people putting money in crypto. What's crypto gonna, what is that? What are we voting for, right? So just wanted to share that. Came to me as a download. Let me know your thoughts. And so the solution, and I'll do an infinity healing for this, is would you like an infinity healing to reclaim your infinite integrity? I know a guy doesn't use Google phones, and I'm going to have him on a podcast soon. We'll pick his brain. We'll get the inspiration as a Sag, so fire signs inspire. And I would love to get that inspiration. How can I be a better person, right? How can I be more in my integrity? Because this guy doesn't use Uber apps, doesn't, he uses crypto. He's not on Hotmail, Gmail, or YouTube. Like, so there's a way to live in integrity, and it's that empowerment you get from like, wow, I'm no longer supporting this, right? You reclaim your integrity. And I think there's an infinite amount of integrity we can reclaim, infinite amount of power, because with that there's power, I feel, because you're reclaiming your power by like slipping in your integrity. You're kind of giving a little bit of your power away, and these dark forces are like just like any opportunity to suck it out of us. They've created like 100,000 ways to like pull it out of us, and or like for us to give it to them is more accurate, because we're powerful beings. We're choosing. Like when you're watching a movie, I was talking to a friend yesterday, when I watch a Disney movie, that's another one. Are you subscribed to Netflix? Are you subscribed to Disney? These guys are literally the opposition. These are the guys who are using our subconscious mind to create their terrifying future world. And trust me, I almost exited this matrix completely when in December I was I was at her place. She was gone for a month, stayed at her place, and kind of like an ex-friend, but I still think she's a friend. And watching Disney, because she had the app on her TV, and I would see it with my third eye wide open, and I was like, this is Satan's imagination I'm in right now. And he's using my subconscious mind to help create his nightmare. That's what movies do. At least they do that. At bare minimum, they do that. They do so much more. Study MK Ultra. They did all these terrifying things to people in these underground, tests. They were testing how can they mess someone up psychologically, and now it's happening in TV. Those exact things I'm seeing them. They're doing it to us. Everything they were doing to Russia, like America, whatever it was doing to Afghanistan, to whatever Israel's doing to Palestinians, whatever China is doing to its population. Guess what? That was just the test. Now they're going to do it to all of us, right? Are you supporting Big Pharma, right? So vote with your dollars. Let's find out. Maybe that's what I'll dedicate that podcast to, is what are all the steps we can take? If that's a problem, what are all the solutions? Love you guys.